Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to compare the iPhone 12 Pro camera to the iPhone 12, both video and photo. You can see they're on the same mounting bracket. Before we jump in, I just want to quickly recap the difference between optical zoom and digital zoom so you guys will see the difference when I compare the cameras to each other. But essentially, optical zoom is the true zoom lens. So it is actually using the lens hardware that's designed for a certain zoom. That way it keeps a very sharp image. The digital zoom, however, basically goes beyond that, and the problem with doing that is it starts to crop the image around it and then enlarges the picture to get you that same size, and that's why it actually loses quality. So starting off with 0.5x optical zoom on both, they're both in ultra wide and recording at 40K 30 frames per second. I cannot see a difference between the two. Going to full screen, I cannot tell a difference between the 12 Pro and the 12. Again, because we're in optical zoom. So going into 1x optical zoom, again, I cannot see a difference between the two. They both look really good. Showing you guys the full screens, again, they both look really good. Now going to 2x optical zoom on the iPhone 12 Pro, you actually go to 2x digital zoom on the iPhone 12 because the iPhone 12 doesn't have optical zoom anymore. It's run out of it. So this is where the telephoto lens kicks in, the third camera, and you could start seeing that the iPhone 12, while it still looks good, it's suffering. At 3x digital zoom, the iPhone 12 is really suffering more. The iPhone 12 Pro is starting to suffer a little bit in picture quality, but not that bad. And you could see on the iPhone 12, you could see it's really getting noisy now. It's easier to see on the wall. And you can actually go to 6x digital zoom on the iPhone 12 Pro because it gives you double the zoom. But again, it's really noisy now and it's not that great of a quality, and just showing you guys the max that the iPhone 12 can do. Going on to photos, you could see that this is the ultra wide lens, both at 0.5x optical zoom, and I cannot see a difference between the two. Putting them side by side, again, cannot see a difference, especially when you look at the wall and stuff. So going on to 1x optical zoom, I still can't see the difference between the two. They both look really good. Everything looks clear. At 2x zoom, the iPhone 12 actually goes to digital, and now you can see from the wall it doesn't look as good compared to the 12 Pro. At 5x, you can see the 12 doesn't look nowhere near as good as the 12 Pro. And the 12 Pro can actually go up to 10x digital zoom. So basically it has double the zoom in photo and in video. Now going back to 4K 30 frames per second at 0.5x optical zoom, cannot see a difference. Going on to 1x optical zoom, I cannot see a difference between the two. Again, this is cut side by side for comparison. At 2x digital zoom versus 2x optical zoom, you could see on the 12 Pro the wood looks better. You could see the ants crawling and stuff a little bit better. At 3x, they're both at digital zoom. They're both losing quality, but the 12 Pro definitely looks better, and the 12 Pro can actually go up to double the zoom at 6x digital zoom compared to the 12. Now, I'm just going to do a walk around showing you guys that it's a cloudy day when I'm recording, so it's not the sunniest day, and just going to walk around with both phones to show you guys like what it looks like when it's moving. Again, they're both on the same exact bracket. So one thing I noticed when you're walking around, while the picture is very clear, when you try to kind of get a close-up shot of stuff, you kind of have to tap on the screen to focus on it, and you'll see that with the palm tree still looks fine for both, can't tell a difference. But when you look at my Panasonic GH5, which is the camera I use the most, you can see it's not in focus until I tap on the 12 Pro. Now it's in focus, and then tap on the 12. Now it just got in focus. So while again I can't tell the difference between the two at 1x optical zoom, which is what I'm recording at, but when you're walking around, it doesn't look like it automatically focuses. I mean, it does a pretty good job of keeping things in focus, but when you kind of do a close-up zoom shot, it's not until you tap on the screen, and this is the same for both, it's not going to happen. You can see that with the tomatoes. I'm going to click on it now, and then now the 12 Pro went to focus, and now the 12 is going to go into focus. So yeah. Going back to photos at 0.5x optical zoom for both, I cannot see a difference. Putting them side by side, can't see a difference between the two. The 12 Pro, they're both at optical zoom. Cannot see a difference between the two. They both look good. At 2x, this is where the 12 Pro starts to shine because this is still at optical and looks way better than the digital zoom. At 5x, the 12 Pro definitely looks better, even though they're both at digital zoom, and the 12 Pro again can go up to double the zoom at 10x. Now time for the ultimate test. So now I'm inside, the lights are on. It's actually dark outside, but the lights are on. I take a picture with both. They both look really good. Really can't tell much of a difference between the two. Both look good, focus, colors, everything looks normal. Now it's in a dark room and I forced the flash to be on, and the 12 came out better, but I want to say that if I took a few more shots with the 12 Pro, I feel like it would have gotten better focus out of it. I feel like it's just like a focus issue, not really a big deal. But in this picture, the 12 does look better, but I want to say if I had another chance, I feel like the 12 Pro would do just as well. Now, here's the part where the 12 Pro is supposed to shine, but from what I could tell, I can't tell too much of a difference between the two. Now, this is in a very dark room. There's one light on far away. This is very, very dark. It doesn't look like it is, but it's actually a very dark room. And I really can't tell much of a difference between the 12 Pro and the 12. And even when I zoom in 300x, I should just say 3x right now, with Premiere, again, this is the same as the last picture, but I just zoomed in using Premiere. I really can't tell the difference. Now, the 12 Pro is supposed to have the LiDAR. It's supposed to detect things, help detect things better and stuff, but I think the software is doing very, very well on both. And yeah, I can't really tell. So looking at all the pictures and the videos, it looks like the 12 Pro really excels when you start zooming in. But when you're not zoomed in, the 12 looks like it does just fine, keep competing with the 12 Pro, even at night. Now, there might be some circumstances at night where the 12 Pro does better just because of the LiDAR. But, you know, from these limited tests that I've been doing, I can't tell much of a difference between the two. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment sections below. Thank you.